and this is the Menachem Begin Heritage Center. In between, there is a small space over there, and this is where they found the Jewish burial cave from the first temple time with the silver bead. Remember we talked about it? That's right next to where the hotel is. We're driving east today to the Judean desert. We talked about Jerusalem being really in the border between, on the border between the inhabitable land to the west and the very harsh desert to the east. So we're getting into this desert this morning, Judean desert, and the dramatic drop in elevation of about 4,000 feet over a relatively very short distance. So the descent rate that we're going to experience is pretty much what you experience coming to landing in a commercial aircraft. You're going to feel your ears pop and all that. You can see it as we drive by it, and right there in front of us.
Lazaria is on the left.
What's that?
Lazaria?
Lazaria is right over there. Yeah, front and right. And Bethany is also here. Today it's Bitania. Again, many events throughout the country. The contemporary Arabic villages or neighborhoods would carry the name of the ancient Jewish villages. Yeah, there's some camels on the left. Coming down to the Dead Sea area, this is all very different than what we're used to on the western side. This is very dry. It gets about 2 inches of rain a year, so it can't really support any kind of farming or agricultural work. What you do is connects Jerusalem and the Jordan Valley, which Israel sees as its security barrier or border facing everything that might come from the east. So this is a very strategic highway. And the differences, they're bringing in the water with water tanks, and they have generators, and down to the Jordan River, where just before it goes into the Dead Sea, it flows into the Dead Sea. This is where John baptized the people, and also Jesus was baptized there by John. So there was a lot of traffic, Christian traffic, during the Holy Week coming down to be baptized at the Jordan River. The Muslim rulers some 700 years ago were very nervous about this Christian traffic around here. So they decided that they would balance this by their own holiday that would be celebrated here. And they decided that this would be one of the sites, optional sites for the burial site of Moses. You know that according to the Jewish Bible, Moses led the Jews out of Egypt, walked them through the Sinai desert for 40 years, and then they crossed over where Elat is. They walked up all the way on the other side of the valley, on the Jordanian side today, and then they crossed the Jordan here. But before they crossed the Jordan into the Promised Land, Moses was not allowed by God to come into the Promised Land. He died on Mount Nebo. Mount Nebo is on the other side, on the northern side of the Dead Sea, but right on the other side, not on our side of the Dead Sea. And he died there, and according to the Jewish Bible, it made a lot of effort that his burial place would not be known, so he won't be worshipped. But the Muslims have several sites. Most of them are on the eastern side, but it's here to balance the presence of Christians on this highway. So this is the only Muslim holiday that is actually being celebrated, and you can treat them without all this very tall machinery. Much more effective than plantation. You still don't see those trees around, but and in ancient times they used to do from this tree everything. They would build their huts with the trunks. They would use the branches to shade to build the roofs. They would weave baskets from the branches, or even sandals. It was very and those who went out to look for this and bring it in were the Bedouins. So they went out and found in over 60 different caves, they found
and earthquakes forged one of the most famous geological attractions on Earth, the Syrian-African Rift Valley. The The eruption of saltwater springs filled the ancient valley with mineral-rich water and created the lowest and saltiest lake in the world, the Dead Sea. With over 320 days of sun a year and exceptionally high temperatures, the seawater has evaporated over time, creating uniquely formed chunks of salt. The water of the Dead Sea is 10 times saltier than that of regular seawater and is considered to possess healing properties and nourishing attributes that benefit the skin. The sea's secret of youth has intrigued many throughout history, especially Cleopatra, who transformed the region into her own private spa and allowed no one but her to enter. Thousands of years later, people from all over the world enjoy the minerals and natural essences that the Dead Sea has to offer. Ahava scientists have been able to translate the natural treasures found here into lines of cosmetic products that is distributed worldwide. With the aim of creating a balance with the environment, the minerals, mud, and desert plants are collected into a considerate and responsible manner, enabling nature to renew itself without interruption. Ahava is the only cosmetic company located on the shore of the Dead Sea and licensed to mine the minerals that it offers. Ahava employs the most advanced production and processing methods to deliver superior cosmetic products that are fresh, unique, and 100%.
Because they won't let the water of the Sea of Galilee flow into the Dead Sea. There's one project that might sort of have an impact on the situation here, and this is a major camp preparing for the final assault in the morning, and so they're retreating to their camp, and the Jews are moving there to their compounds or living quarters on the mountain, and they have to decide what to do. Was to leave everything the way it was, except for their
Masada.
except for the things that the Romans could have sort of robbed from them. But there was this very strange silence through a legend that was with the, nobody knew exactly where Masada was, but it was like a symbol of bravery. This place started to be visited in the 40s by the early sort of, when the Jews were desperately were looking for
Masada Center. This is the mother of Masada.